In 2013, Steve Olds was a livestock agent with a sheep and beef farm near Eketahuna when he and wife Pip began to sell their own meat directly to consumers. Today they have a thriving business, processing, retailing and delivering meat and milk to households around the Greater Wellington region.
We started about 7 or 8 years ago, and after we'd bought a farm in Eketahuna, there's a small 300-acre block that was bare land block, so we put a house onto that, and then we had some price variations going up and down, so we sort of looked at ways that we could mitigate the variations in the pricing. So we, I suppose, thought like most other people, well, why don't we sell our own meat? So yeah, we started doing that. Initially we had a contractor, like a contract butcher, that did it for us, where we supplied and he just packed it, or cut it and packed it. And then as it grew, after about 2 years I think, then we started, we got employed our own butchers, or our own butcher. We had one guy, or part-time, and then gradually that's grown into, we've got 2 butchers and a packer, and yeah, we've probably got about 6 people in the butchery now. Originally the meat was just from our place, but very quickly after, well, probably within sort of 12, 18 months, we needed extra supply to guarantee the year-round supply that consumers need. So we teamed up with Glenburn Station, which is the McFadgen family. So yeah, I worked for him when I first left school, so it was just a natural fit to keep dealing with them, yeah. We haven't been surprised by the growth. It's been quite a lot of hard work in getting it to that scale. Initially we wanted to be all online, and when we first started we were never going to go to any markets. That was the plan. It's like we're never going to have to do that, but very soon into it we realised that we actually had to get out in front of people and talk to them and build our brand that way. We didn't have a lot of capital to put into marketing, so that was basically our marketing arm. So we started going to markets in Wellington. Our customer base it's grown obviously quite a lot with the meat, and now we've added milk to it. It's sort of changed the dynamics of it quite a lot. Like we used to have a lot of customers that would buy once every, like a bigger pack of meat, and they'd sort of rebuy every 6 to 8 weeks. Whereas now we've got the milk in it, we've got a lot more customers that buy weekly. You know, and they buy their milk and then they're just adding 4 or 5 packs, or 3 or 4 packs of meat every week. So it's sort of changed the dynamics of the purchasing. I think we've got about 4,000 or 5,000 customers on our database now that are buying regularly. We still have to concentrate on shifting the whole animal, which is the biggest problem of any small butchery that's only using carcasses. Like we don't buy in cartons of whatever we need. So having the smaller packs has actually helped, and we've focused on the family as our consumer, as our target audience. So a lot of people eat mince and sausages. It's a staple go-to. So that's sort of helped, yeah, and that's why we've stayed out of the restaurant trade, basically. The other issues, generally trying to control growth. It's been quite hard to keep staffing levels at the right level as you're growing, because you're always either understaffed or overstaffed as we've been getting bigger. I suppose the other major things are keeping on top of compliance and all that sort of, all the issues that are related to that. The compliance side of it has changed, especially with adding the meat and then the milk, and then the home, like taking on all the home deliveries ourselves. There's actually quite a lot of compliance in transport, so we've actually ended up having 3 separate businesses with like the meat and the milk and the distribution, I suppose, of it, and they've all got their issues. They've all got their different compliances. But the meat and the milk is it's basic food safety, basically, and the nuts and bolts of it are generally the same. It's I mean, you're obviously dealing with different products, but you're still there's still a lot of, it's basically food safety that we're working with, yeah. It's all website based. We've invested quite heavily in the software with that, so they all order online and then we bill them after we've delivered so that we can pay a refund on the bottles that they return. And then the back end of the software lets us organise the delivery system as well, so we can organise our run sheet, like where the driver's going to drop in what order, and then once we've done that, then we can pack all our orders to that run sheet so that the driver's got it all in order and makes everything a lot more streamlined here.
There's a few reasons that we got into the meat business. We knew there was a real demand from consumers to know where their products were coming from, the meat they were eating. So that's why we got into the meat. We knew we could grow good product, along with the McFadgens as well, who came on board. And we'd done that for quite a while and we're just looking for other opportunities. We knew we needed to get a better distribution network because we were using the couriers who, for that same day delivery, could be problematic. So we saw a real demand from the consumer coming through to have less plastic in the system. We knew that we could do that product really well. The decision to go into glass bottles was a no-brainer for us. We felt strongly that that was the way forward for milk delivery. We had a good supplier that we knew of that could do that. We were developing our distribution system, so we knew we could provide meat and milk into homes really well.
Thanks, New Zealand On Air.